Hey, true believers, Englentine here, counting down the hottest comics on the shelf. Yes, top 10 comics sold to readers. This is the books that people are walking out of the shops with, hopefully, after buying them. Alrighty, after we count down the hard copies, we're going to go on over to Comixology, the world's largest digital comic book shop, and see what people are buying digitally as well. And of course, I'm old school, so I like to put the Marvel versus the DC, see who wins the week. Last week, it was a complete Marvel ass-kicking. DC barely showed up, and I think that's mainly because DC literally barely showed up for the week. Now, these are the comic book shops that took part in this countdown. So if you're ever in their area, stop by, say hi, maybe buy something, and don't forget to support your local comic book shop. This is from Bleeding Cool, so take it with a grain of salt if you feel you need to. And with all this aside, let's get this party started. At number 10, starting the countdown off, is a holdover from last week, Batman number 95. Coming in at number 9, we have the Savage Avengers, number 1, part of the Empyre storyline. Number 8 brings us Cable, number 2. In the number 7 spot is Legion of Superheroes, issue number 7. At number 6, we have Batman Superman, number 10. At number 5, we have X Factor, number 1. Coming in at number 4 is Darth Vader, number 3. In the number 3 spot is The Amazing Spider-Man, number 45. And the runner-up coming in position number 2, we have Empyre, number 3. And in the number 1 position, we have X-Men number 10, their chapter of the Empyre storyline. You know, the sad part is that DC showed up this week. They actually had some good books. And you know what also? Independent comic books are kicking ass. Seriously. That Texas Blood. Guys, check that out. It's pretty cool. But damn, Marvel, 7 titles. DC 3. As a DC fan, disappointed. I'm telling you, they should have done a little bit better. Anyway, it's an ass kicking. It is an ass kicking because not only did DC only have 3 titles in the countdown, one of them was a holdover from the last week, and none of them made the top 5. I'm hanging my head here, guys. Not at DC, because they're still putting out good books, but at the people who are buying, really? The Empyre storyline is kicking all sorts of ass. Go figure. I got to admit, I would never have seen that coming. Anyway, we're now going to go and find out what these comic books... Okay, let's try that again. Alright, but that being said, let's find out what these comic book shops have to say about this week's countdown. Famous Faces and Funnies says the top 10 list was split evenly between the big 2 at FFF this week, with 5 DC, 5 Marvel making up our bestseller list. Batman 95 was on top on its second week, but it only outsold X-Men's Return to the Stands by 2 copies. Legion has gained some steam in the last month. Batman, Superman, Detective Comics, and Death Metal 2 on its second week fill out the DC half of the top 10. X Factor's Dawn of X debut was strong, but not at the fan favorite level of New Mutants, X-Force, or X-Men proper. I think it'll be a solid seller over time, though, for however long it runs. Captain Marvel is in the top 10 for the first time in a while, thanks to a first appearance in the tie-in comic. Empyre rounds out our list. I'm a little surprised to see it selling so well, but the interest is there, and newly weekly schedule probably helps keep the focus. Actually, that kind of makes sense. With a weekly schedule, it's always there. It's something people can rely on, which in all honesty, if I am being honest with myself as a DC fan, DC doesn't do too well these days because of their new distribution system. Sometimes I've gone in, they don't have DC on Wednesday, or they don't have all of, like this last week, they didn't have all of the DC books that were supposed to come out at my comic book shop, and that could have affected a lot of stuff here. Rodman Comics says, Marvel fans, I do not know that Empyre is a weekly comic. The last 2 issues dropped hard sales-wise for us. Star Wars fans were thrilled a new Darth Vader finally came out. Legion of Superheroes quickly cooled off from the last issue's demand. It was a soft sales week for us. Wow, location, 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 right? This is almost exactly the opposite of what the last reviewer was saying. I mean, the X-Men thing, the Empyre thing, everything's, you know, some. But then again, I see that, you know, I see that time and again here where like one shop says, oh, this title was horrible, nobody was trying to buy it. And then the other one's like, oh, this is the best title in the world. I wish we could have more. I wish we could order more. Luck of the draw, I guess. Makes me wonder, how are they promoting it though? Like, are people actively asking, or are they saying, hey, you should check out this Empyre title? And why would they? Sailfish Comics says 2 Marvel giants that traditionally top sales return this week: Star Wars Darth Vader and X-Men. Along with the weekly Empyre charted in the top 3, Empyre is doing very well each week, and I noticed a spike in the sales this week as maybe our X-Men crowd are realizing this is important reading for their titles as well, since they have been mostly insular titles to this point. Whatever DC&T thinks they are doing with releasing books on Tuesday isn't working, especially when you have like 7 titles this week. Everyone just waited for Wednesday. Now, my comic shop, they don't even release their DC books until Wednesday. They figured, let's be fair, let's have everybody, you know, go on Wednesday, get their books, because that's when people are used to getting them anyway. So they've managed to train us, I guess. I don't know. I think it's all right. You know, look, I know they come out on Tuesday. It's their shop. I'm fine with coming in on Wednesday. That's what I'm used to doing, to get the new books, and then maybe going once more. Like, I'm probably going to go today at the, just to pick up a few extra things. But yeah, why not? I don't care about that kind of thing. Is it really confusing if a comic book shop, oh my gosh, DC comes out on Tuesday? Yeah, but we're going to hold until Wednesday. Is it really that confusing? Would you get that angry? Would you be mad if somebody said, we're going to put them on all out there together because it's what people are used to? Would you get angry with that? I don't see the problem. I really don't. Go on ahead. It's your shop. Plus, it's what people are used to. I'm fine with it. But I do know that some people get upset with the DC thing because, let's face it, not a lot of people are ordering as much as they used to because people are afraid to go out shopping right now. So if you go in and on Wednesday, they released it on Tuesday, you could have some books or maybe some covers or something that you would have otherwise had a chance of getting sold out. So that's one reason I'm not pissed about waiting until Wednesday, because that's what people got used to. Let me know what you think in the comments below, though, on this whole thing. Alrighty, gang, that's what the comic book shops have to say about the countdown. Now we're going to go on over to Comixology and check out what people are buying digitally. Is it Marvel? Is it DC? Who wins the digital week? At number 10, we have Batman Superman, number 10. Coming in at number 9 is The Amazing Spider-Man, number 45. At number 8, we have The Legion of Superheroes, number 7. Coming in at number 6 is the digital first, Batman: The Adventures Continue. At number 6, we have Cable, number 2. Coming in at number 5 is Deceased: Hope at the End of the World, number 6. At number 4 is Star Wars: Darth Vader, number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Empyre, number 3. And the runner-up in the number 2 position is X Factor, number 1. So, much like the hard copies, X-Men, number 10, ends up being the number 1 for the week. Okay, so thanks to the digital stuff that DC puts out every week, they made a better showing in the top 10 this time around. Still lost. Marvel has 6, DC had 4, only 1 in the top 5. That was the Deceased digital first book. Yeah, but at least they made a showing. Plus, Deceased is pretty good, and so is the Batman Adventures Continue. So yeah, there's some pride to be had there. They're still getting their butts kicked, though. But those of you who've been around know, and for the newbies, I'll tell you, I do like to expand this. Let's go to 20. Let's see who wins. Let's see if it makes any difference once you open up that backfield. Now, I used to do this to give Marvel a shot. No kidding. When I started this out, DC trumped Marvel. I mean, they just kicked their butts left, right, up, and down. People loved Rebirth, and then John's left. Didio came in, tried to recreate New 52. They brought in wokeness, and DC tanked. Let's see if they can recover any of their old dignity this time around. At number 11 is Wonder Woman, number 759. It's now DC 5, Marvel 6. Coming in at number 12 is Captain Marvel, number 18. It is now Marvel 7, DC 5. Coming in at number 13 is the digital first Batman, Gotham Knights. That makes it DC 6, Marvel 7. At number 14, we have Suicide Squad, number 7. It's all tied up at 7. Oh, number 15, The Boys, Dear Becky, number 3. We've got an independent comic book throwing a wrench into the plans here, guys. That means there will be a clear winner between Marvel and DC. At number 16, we have the digital first Superman, Man of Tomorrow. It is now 8-7, DC's favor. Number 17 brings us Hellblazer, number 8. It's now 9-7 in DC's favor. And at number 18, we have Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Red, chapter number 6, thanks to Dear Becky, number 3. All anybody had to do, Marvel or DC, just reach 10. DC did it, ladies and gentlemen, winning the digital week. At number 19, we had Captain America's chapter of the Empyre storyline, making it 8-10, DC's favor. And at number 20 is Savage Avengers, the Empyre chapter, number 1. So it would have been 9-10 in DC's favor. Now, just for poops and grins, I thought I would look over and what are the next 4, see if Marvel would. And Marvel had the next one, which would have made it 10-10. But then Red Hood and the Outlaws was number 22. And then 23 and 24 are Ascender and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this was a win for DC. And look, I understand just one book and you have to go to the top 20, but it's as the prophet Vin Diesel once said, it doesn't matter if it's by an inch or a mile, a win's a win. And as a DC fan, I'll take it these days because they're not getting too many wins. Anyway, there you go. That's the countdown. What was missing? What's a good book out there? Like, say, Hawkman 25, which could always be in there. What were some of the good books out there that you've read that should be in this countdown? Nobody's buying. Why aren't they buying this great book? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you like the content here. Pick one of the videos that are popping up around my head right now. And don't forget to go on over to Ko-Fi. Links in the description below. Drop $1 in the till and helps keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.